Hello once again. This is Boss with another edition of Boss Boxing Predictions. First, I would like to say a bit about the last weekend's, a few fights anyway. Uh, yeah, we saw really great potential new star emerge on Saturday in the form of Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor really surprised me, even though I hadn't seen him fight before, but I have seen many people kind of write him off and favoring O'Hara Davis instead. I think now I see why they have been swayed by his seemingly impressive performance against Derry Matthews, but you must remember that Derry Matthews has now for a while been a shot fighter, really. So it wasn't so impressive as much as just a beatdown of a once good fighter, but never really, exceptional Derry Matthews. And Taylor, I was really amazed how he didn't just outpunch Davis, he outboxed him as well. And even though Davis tried to get back into the fight somewhere in the sixth rounds, he just wasn't able to land that much because Davis had really good movement and also rather good defense. And the punch that he floored Davis with in the seventh round, it was really quite amazing. So fast and so precise. And after that, Davis he got up, but then he signaled that he couldn't go on. So kudos and congratulations to Josh Taylor. Yeah, I think Scotland really is in need of another first class fighter. All they had so far was actually Ricky Burns, and he's not really well. I never saw him as world class anyway. And then there was a quite decent fight between Bradley Skeet and Dale Evans. Well, Dale Evans, he had some good rounds where he landed some good punches, really clean, but he's much smaller than Skeet, so they didn't do that much damage. While Skeet just outboxed him with his jab, but I think I would really like to see Skeet fight someone from the States or someone really good next. I think he's been fighting British level fighters enough, you know. Yeah, and then the fight that I haven't seen yet, actually, but it was between Dmitry Mikhailenko and Kudratilo Abdukaksorov. Yeah, Abdukaksorov won, but on points. That wasn't the way I predicted he would win, but anyway. He's really one to watch, in the future. Definitely. Uzbekistan has produced already some good fighters like Ruslan Chagayev and Alisher Rahimov. Yeah, a few others that I cannot recall right now. But anyway, they have always had a strong boxing tradition for some reason. But they haven't really had anyone, maybe except for Chagayev, that really has, lasted long at the world stage, boxing. So I hope this guy can Okay, then that was all I had to say about that. Now let's go on to the next weekend's fights. And the next weekend really promises to be really good. Okay, first fight that I would like to say something about is the one that I've been really perhaps looking forward to the most. It's Joe Smith Jr. versus Sullivan Barrera. Yeah, two great punchers, two guys that both have only been defeated once so far. Even though Smith has yeah, better credentials because he beat Bernard Hopkins in his last fight by knockout, and also Andre Fonfara in one round before that. So yeah, while Barrera he has knocked out Karol Murat and Vyacheslav Shabransky, who was undefeated. Yeah, so but I kind of favor, even though Barrera is taller by 2 inches, he's 6'2". Smith Jr. is 6 feet, but Barrera is 35 already, and while Smith Jr. is 27. He has been, well, perhaps exposed by Andre Ward. Perhaps we can say because he really didn't stand much chance in that fight, and I think Smith would do, and will do, hopefully better against Ward if he should receive a fight in future. Because if he wins this fight, and he's pretty much like a mandatory of Andre Ward because it is for the WBC international title. Yeah, it's a 12-round fight. Yeah. Smith is based in New York while Barrera is based in Miami. So nobody is really at a home advantage because the fight is in LA, in Inglewood actually. Well, I think this will most likely not go 12 rounds either. And I will put my money, to put it that way, not the actual money, but anyway, on Smith Jr. I think he will prevail. He will knock out Barrera. I think because he has now fought a guy as experienced as Bernard Hopkins, and even though Hopkins was never a puncher at this weight, but anyway, of course he can get caught and be knocked out. But he, in his only loss so far, he lost because he had a broken jaw, couldn't go on. So I think unless something like that should happen, I think he will, manage. If he manages to stay away from Barrera's punches and manages to land his own effectively, then he will win, of course. Uh, he's very strong, of course, physically. I think he will be able to bully Barrera, most likely, and I think he will win somewhere in 7th round or something by a knockout or technical knockout. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And then there's a fight between at lightweight. Oh no, sorry, actually it's super welterweight. Oh wow, between Omar Figueroa Jr. and Robert Guerrero. 10-round fight. Figueroa Jr. is perhaps the favorite. He hasn't lost yet. He's 26-0-1 with 18 knockouts. But so far, he hasn't scored a knockout since leaving the lightweight division. He beat Ricky Burns first at 140, and then by decision, and then he decision Antonio De Marco at 151. Yeah, 150. But both fights were in 2015. He hasn't fought since. While Guerrero, he has fought in. He fought last year, but he lost to this guy, David Emmanuel Peralta, and he lost to Danny Garcia before that. So, yeah, I would favor Figueroa here to win by decision. It's a 10-round fight, so yeah, Guerrero hasn't been stopped yet, I think. No. Okay, then there is the big European fight of the weekend between Chris Eubank Jr. and Arthur Abraham. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, this one is well, Eubank Jr. has now won the last of his 6 fights and last of his 10, no, 11 by a stoppage. So he's doing well, this kid, so far, and he certainly can punch. Also at super middleweight. Um, but Abraham, he may be perhaps a little bit too tough to be stopped by Chris Eubank. This is at Eubank's territory, of course, on Wembley. So he is the favorite in every sense. He's the younger man by years, actually almost 10 years, and the taller man by 3 inches, is it, or 2 inches? Yeah, 2 inches. So I think he will win, most likely. Yeah, I can't see Abraham winning. He's far past his prime, and he should retire. I think. I don't know why he keeps fighting. Perhaps just for the fun of it. He has won everything he could have won. So I hope after this fight that he will realize it's time to retire. He's 37, and yeah, he can't achieve anything more than he already has. And then there's a fight, a really good fight at super featherweight, a title fight between Miguel Berchelt, who is the WBC super featherweight champion, and the former WBC champion Takashi Miura of Japan. Takashi Miura, he lost the belt to the same guy that Berchelt won it from, Francisco Vargas. Yeah, both fights. This will be a really good action fight because both fighters are action fighters and punchers as well. Uh, Berchelt may be the harder hitter here, perhaps because Miura is more of I think, an accumulation puncher. I think so, yeah. And yeah, Berchelt, he really, he can really bang, and well, it's hard to predict this fight, but I think Berchelt is the favorite. He's the younger man also, and he's 25. While Miura is 33. Well, he might be closing in. He might be already past his best. In his last fight, it took him 12 rounds to knock out Michael Roman, who has also seen his best days, of course. And anyway, I think Berchelt will win this fight for sure. Most likely by a stoppage. Yeah, somewhere. I I don't know. It will take him at least 6, 7 rounds. I would imagine. I think somewhere around 8th or 9th or 10th round, most likely. So my prediction is a TKO win for Miguel Berchelt or Berchelt. And then another fight in the Latin world, super featherweight. This time for the WBA title between Jezreel Corrales, Jezreel, who of course beat Takashi Miura twice, the only man to beat him so far, and Robinson Castellanos, who is sort of a mystery guy. In his last fight, he beat Yuriorkis Gamboa by corner retirement. But then before that, he was knocked out by Oscar Escandon. And then before that, he beat Rocky Juarez and Ronnie Rios, who was undefeated. But then he was also stopped by Rene Alvarado. Hardly really top fighter, just a good fighter, I think. Because he is Alvarado. So Morales is the favorite, I'd say. Yeah, he has only one distant loss on points, and he's also beaten Walter Estrada by first round TKO, Juan Antonio Rodriguez, yeah, some other decent guys. Of course, we don't know how good he really is, but against Uchiyama, he was good, really, even though Uchiyama may be also getting on in age. So I think Corrales will win this by way of decision, most likely. And yeah, so that was it. I think I don't want to talk about any other fights. So I hope you will enjoy this, and we really have something to look forward to the next weekend. So see ya. Bye bye.